Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jack, and I think the microphone might be going on my phone, because today I'm using the microphone for my headphones, as you can tell. It's probably making loads of noise because I'm moving it. But if you saw yesterday's Raw review, the sound quality was terrible. I still haven't taken it down from the channel. I probably will at some point. But I've done some tests with the headphones and they seem to be better, so we're going to do that from now on. There's going to be no 205 Live review tonight because I haven't had a chance to watch it, because it's been a very busy evening with work and whatnot. But we're doing a SmackDown Live. I didn't watch it live. I watched it about half hour after it stopped, after it finished, because I just didn't have time, unfortunately. But at least the review's coming out as early as possible. We kicked off SmackDown Live with Becky Lynch coming out to the ring. She was talking to Renee Young about her SummerSlam match against Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And Carmella comes out. Basically, it was just a standard babyface promo saying that Becky was saying how she wasn't born a champion. She fought to get to where she was. She was the first ever the SmackDown Women's Champion, and that was an honour and whatnot. Carmella comes out and pulls off quite a good heel promo, in my opinion. She had the crocodile tears coming out. She's saying that she's always respects Becky. She's spent endless nights staying awake to try and think of a way to beat Becky. And what else did she say? Just saying that it's exhausting how everyone says she sucks all the time and whatnot. And it was a decent heel promo. It was very good, in my opinion. James Ellsworth music hits. Becky Lynch goes a bit crazy for some reason, only to be attacked from Carmella from behind with the belt. Carmella then beats down on Becky Lynch, and none other than a returning Charlotte Flair came out to help Becky Lynch and throw Carmella out of the ring, tell her to jog on, basically. The next little segment after this was Carmella speaking to Paige, saying how unfair it was that Charlotte did that. And Paige set up a match for later on, the main event, I think it was, Charlotte versus Carmella. If Charlotte beats Carmella, then Charlotte will be added to the match and it will be a triple threat match. But I'll get onto that when we do the last bit. It's got a few things to say on it. We had a very decent match with the Usos in the bar to see who would face the New Day in the final of this tournament, to see who'd face the Bludgeon Brothers. It was, like I said, very good match. New Day had their own commentary table, and they weren't on. It was weird. They had their own commentary table. They weren't on commentary. Every now and again, it would just flitter to their feed of the commentary, and yeah, it was just all a bit weird. And I don't know if there's a way you could just listen to the New Day's commentary or what, but I'm not too sure. The Bar won in a very good match, and they'll face the New Day next week for, I think it's next week anyway, for the chance to face the Bludgeon Brothers at SummerSlam. I would have thought the Bar would win this the tournament, because they haven't been on TV recently. And the New Day have only kind of come out of a program with Bludgeon Brothers. So I would have thought the Bar was going to win this tournament. So it's a different feud, isn't it, Bar and Bludgeon Brothers, I assume? I think I said that on maybe last week's review. Next up, we had Samoa Joe promo about AJ Styles. He was in the ring. He had his stall out. Basically, he was saying, he's known AJ for years. They were in TNA back in 2005, wherever. They're having all those great matches with Christopher Daniels. And they probably knew each other before that as well. And he was saying he respects what he's done with the WWE Championship. He just respects what he's done in SmackDown Live and the house that he's built and whatnot. And said, but he then also started talking about AJ's family and saying that you've put the championship in front of even your own family, and come SummerSlam, everyone's going to be rooting for you, but deep down your family are going to be rooting for me because they just want you back. And he called AJ a failure of a father, and it was quite deep, quite cutting. But that's the Samoa Joe promo as well. It was a very good promo, as always, from Samoa Joe. And he said that AJ prefers to be a champ than a family man. And yeah, it was just quite a low blow, if you will. Talk about someone else's family, Samoa Joe. Come on, man, you dirty heel. What do you have next? Jeff Hardy came out next, and he called out Randy Orton after Randy's attacked him the past 2 weeks, which Randy Orton did. He came out only for Shinsuke Nakamura to come out and attack Jeff from behind, and he kicked him in the back of the head. He then went to Kinshasa Jeff, but Randy kind of just stood in his way, made Shinsuke go back to the corner and then let him hit it was weird. But yeah, Kinshasa to Jeff, and then Shinsuke and Randy looked at each other, stared each other down even again, before Shinsuke just walked off, and that was the end of that. Randy then continued to beat down. A couple of DDTs from the ropes to the ring, from the apron to the outside. And then he ripped Jeff's shirt. He then ripped his, Jeff's got those forearm bands, whatever they're called, sleeve things. Ripped those off. He ripped the Enigma necklace that Jeff has. And he also wiped away the face paint of Jeff, because earlier on in the promo, Jeff said that about the United States, he needed that to fully engage with the WWE universe, and he does everything for them and whatnot. And it kind of felt like Randy Orton was just wiping all that away and saying, like, you're nothing, basically. You're just a normal man, and whatever character you demean, I'll wipe it away. So that was quite cool. Randy Orton also teased an RKO. The crowd were calling out for an RKO. Where he pounds the mat. He did that, and then just sweeps Jeff's legs away instead of RKOing him, which is what I'm like. This is like the biggest heel turn you could imagine for Randy Orton, is not hitting an RKO. It's amazing. What else did we get? I wrote a lot about this. Lana versus Zelina Vega. It was sloppy, but I kind of expected it to be a little sloppy. No disrespect to both Lana or Zelina Vega, but this was Zelina Vega's first match in WWE. Obviously, she's wrestled quite a lot for other promotions down the years, but she has wrestled sporadically, you could say, throughout her WWE and NXT career. She had one match on NXT, which was her final match before getting called up to the roster, and then this one. And Lana's still a bit green. She's improving, but she's still fairly green in the ring. They did what they could. It was a decent match. Lana was on the top rope. Cien Almas, who was out... It was weird. Cien Almas was out supporting Vega, but Rusev wasn't out supporting Lana. So that was interesting. Almas jumped up on the apron when Lana was on the ropes. Aiden English came out and dragged Almas off the apron, and then I think Zelina Vega must have dragged Lana off the top rope and then pinned her, and Zelina Vega won. But then they blamed AJ for her losing. Blamed Aiden for Lana losing. And I was like, Aiden's come out, he's dragged Almas off the apron, and that's all he's done. I don't know how. I don't know how that's Aiden's fault, really. But yeah, Zelina Vega won. There was a little backstage bit where Rusev was trying to find Aiden. Aiden ran away. Lana said to Rusev, "I really needed you out there." Was disappointed in him, and yeah, I mean, it's about time they need to break Aiden and Rusev up. But the way they're doing it, like blaming Aiden for Lana's loss, there was no, like there was no way Aiden's fault, and yeah, it's just all a bit strange. Next up, we had Daniel Bryan coming out cuts a promo on The Miz and basically saying that The Miz has always been a coward. He's always hid behind. He's always built barriers in between him and himself and Daniel Bryan, and he's listed off how what was it? He used Daniel Bryan's the fact that he couldn't wrestle as a barrier to start shooting off on Daniel Bryan. And then last week he used a fake baby and his wife to try and protect him from Daniel Bryan. And he called out The Miz and saying, one-on-one, I could beat you. Come out and let's show that I'm not lying. And then on the big screen, The Miz comes out with 2 security next to him saying that he's on one of his sets for this Miz and Mrs. show. And basically saying that it's not the indie scene. You can't just call people out and then they'll come out. You have to call his agent and whatnot. So that adds quite well into The Miz's character, and kind of having a little dig at the indie scene, I guess, and whatnot, and saying that he's a big shot. All that is standard Miz stuff. It works well with his character. And yeah, great back and forth. When it's a Daniel Bryan Miz promo, it always gets a little bit heated, and they all start shouting and whatnot, and it's good, it's entertaining. And then the challenge was set by Daniel Bryan for SummerSlam. Daniel Bryan said, if you're not a coward, something along these lines, if you're not a coward, you'll meet me one-on-one in a fight and we'll have it at SummerSlam. Which, they didn't answer it. The Miz didn't answer. The Miz didn't give him an answer. So I feel that was very good. We'll probably have up until the Tuesday before SummerSlam, before that match gets confirmed, I would have thought. Because just to build a little bit of tension, have The Miz keep on running away until it's a bit too late. And then go, yeah, I'll have a match with you. So it's not been confirmed yet, but Daniel Bryan, The Miz, it's happening. It's happening, and I cannot wait for it. Main event time, Carmella versus Charlotte. If Charlotte won, then she would be added into a triple threat match for the SmackDown Women's title at SummerSlam with Carmella and Becky Lynch, which she did. So Charlotte made Carmella tap, so the champions lost 2 weeks in a row, which is interesting. Interesting booking to make your champion look strong, because Carmella needs to look strong, because her wrestling's, in my opinion, improved, but not as much as I thought they would. Not as much as they hoped, I don't think. It's like slowly, like really slow progress. But if you compare it to someone like Lana, who like last year couldn't really wrestle, like she had her first match, Money in the Bank against Naomi, and you could tell she was really green then, but now she has improved on that. Whereas Carmella, she kind of just does the safe things she knows that she can do, and it doesn't look like she is progressing in any way. Like, no disrespect to her, like, I can't wrestle. I wouldn't even know where to start about doing a wrestling match. She'd beat me up. But yeah, if you're doing house shows, you would have thought, as a champion, you'd see some significant improvement. But in my eyes, I don't see it, unfortunately. But she's improved on the mic a lot. So I guess in the WWE sense, improving on the mic is probably a bit more important than improving in the ring. So yeah, SummerSlam, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's title. There is a heel turn coming, and it all points to Becky turning heel on Charlotte, because backstage Becky was quite visually annoyed that Charlotte was given a chance to get at SummerSlam. She was even more visually annoyed when Charlotte won. And you can do it both ways. You can have her in, because it's triple threat, it's no DQ. So you can have it so Carmella. Let's say Carmella's out the picture. Let's say that she's on the outside. She's conked out. She's having a nap. You could have Becky just unhinged and go all out on Charlotte, smacking her with chairs, kendo sticks through the announce table, everything, and then pin her to win. And next night on Raw, basically the promo can be the same, but there's two ways to do it in my eyes. Like I said, go all out, chairs, kendo sticks, whatever, through the announce table, like I said, and then have Becky Lynch win the title at SummerSlam. Or you have Charlotte kind of sneak. You have Charlotte win either way, and then afterwards you have Becky go all out and just smash the crap out of her and whatnot. And then the promo after SummerSlam could be Becky saying that she could never step out of Charlotte's shadow and she's had enough, and no matter what Becky did, people would always put Charlotte in front of her, and Becky fought for it, where Charlotte just gets given everything. And you could have to do something like that. So I'm almost certain that Becky Lynch is turning heel. I'm kind of on the side of Becky Lynch winning the title at SummerSlam still, but I can also see how either way you can make it. So next pay-per-view, I think it's Hell in a Cell, where you can have it where Charlotte is facing Becky for the title. And I don't know if it'd be better for Becky to win it, a heel Becky to win it off Carmella, or to win it off like Carmella with Charlotte in also in the match, or have it where Becky wins it a Hell in the Cell against Charlotte, if you will. But like I said, I'm almost certain that Becky's turning heel, and I'm gonna stick with Becky winning the title as well. I just think she's gonna go absolutely mental and start hitting everything and everyone with chairs and whatnot. But yeah, that was SmackDown Live. Another decent episode. It's definitely better than Raw, especially last night's Raw. And yeah, just SmackDown. They seem to deliver all the time, and there's no worries about it. You can go into Tuesday nights. Like I said, I haven't watched 205 yet. I assume that was good. I think the main event was... The first match was Kalisto versus Tony Nese. Can't remember if there was a match in between, but then the main event was Cedric versus Kendrick. There you go. Cedric Alexander versus the Brian Kendrick. And you can just tell it's going to be good matches, because it's 205 Live, it's always good matches. There wasn't much in terms of wrestling on SmackDown, but what wrestling there was, decent. Promos were very good. There seemed to be... I said this on Twitter yesterday, nothing on Raw seemed to progress any storylines, where most things on SmackDown seem to progress storylines. And I think that's what most people want, is storyline progression and feel like you're actually getting somewhere. And, you know, have that with good wrestling as well, because then everybody wins. But yeah, SmackDown Live, very good, like I said. If you like that, please subscribe. Comment down below any questions for the podcast. Tweet us at BadBookersWP. And I shall see you again tomorrow for NXT. The first NXT since Ciampa won the NXT Championship off Aleister Black. And I pretty much know the card now, or what makes sense to be the cards, to be fair. So for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, I believe. So yeah, I just can't wait to see a Ciampa promo with the title in front of a live audience. It's going to be a stuff of dreams. But yeah, please subscribe, and I shall see you tomorrow for NXT. Thank you, and goodbye.